Understanding others is the most powerful tool you can possess. Welcome to this episode, where we'll dive into a skill that can completely transform your personal and professional relationships, the art of reading people. By the end of this episode, you'll understand how to pick up on nonverbal cues, recognize emotional undercurrents, and ultimately connect with others on a much deeper level. Whether you're negotiating a deal, working in a team, or simply interacting in daily life, this skill will help you build trust, influence others, and avoid misunderstandings. 1. Know yourself first. Before you can start understanding others, you need to start with self-awareness. Understanding your own emotions is the foundation of emotional intelligence. Think about it. How can you read someone else's mood or body language if you don't know how your own emotions influence you? It's essential to reflect on your triggers, what sets you off, what makes you happy, and what makes you anxious. By recognizing these emotions within yourself, you're able to identify them in others more easily. For example, when you feel nervous, you might fidget, speak faster, or avoid eye contact. Others might do the same. Once you're aware of your own emotional responses, you'll be able to spot these behaviors in people around you. Action tip: take a moment today to observe how you respond to stress or excitement. Are you more reserved? Do you raise your voice? Recognizing your emotional patterns will make it easier for you to detect similar behaviors in others. 2. The power of nonverbal communication. Now, let's talk about the most significant aspect of communication, nonverbal cues. Studies show that a staggering 93% of communication is nonverbal, meaning the way you say something is more important than the words themselves. Nonverbal communication includes body language, facial expressions, gestures, and posture. These silent signals can reveal a lot more about how someone is truly feeling than anything they say. For example, crossed arms often signal defensiveness or discomfort. A person who leans in while speaking might be engaged and open, while leaning back can show they are disinterested or even intimidated. Even subtle gestures, like tapping a foot or fiddling with their fingers, can reveal impatience or anxiety. Action tip: the next time you're in a conversation, pay attention to body language. Observe how the other person's posture and movements align with or contradict their words. This will give you insight into how they are truly feeling. 3. Tone is everything. If you think that only body language matters, think again. Tone of voice is just as crucial in reading people. The tone can convey emotions, intentions, and even hidden feelings. A person's tone can tell you whether they are angry, sad, happy, or excited, sometimes even more clearly than their words. For instance, when someone speaks in a high-pitched voice, it might indicate stress or anxiety. A calm, steady tone often suggests confidence and composure. On the other hand, a monotone voice could reveal disinterest or boredom. The key here is listening carefully, not just to what someone says, but how they say it. Action tip: during your next conversation, really listen to the tone of voice. Is there a noticeable shift in pitch or speed as the conversation progresses? Does the tone seem to match their emotional state, or is it masking something deeper? 4. Watch for micro-expressions. Micro-expressions are brief, involuntary facial expressions that can reveal hidden emotions. They appear for just a fraction of a second, often when someone tries to hide how they're truly feeling. These tiny expressions, like a fleeting smile or a slight furrow of the brows, can give you powerful insights into what's going on beneath the surface. For example, a person might quickly raise their eyebrows in surprise or look away when they feel uncomfortable. Recognizing these expressions can help you gauge someone's true feelings, even if they're trying to conceal them. Action tip: practice observing your own micro-expressions in the mirror. What does your face do when you're excited, frustrated, or surprised? Once you're familiar with your own micro-expressions, you'll start spotting them in others with ease. 5. Context is key. When trying to read someone, always remember that context is crucial. People's behaviors can vary depending on the situation. For instance, crossed arms in a business meeting might suggest discomfort or defensiveness, but in a cold room, it might simply be an effort to stay warm. Before making judgments, consider the situation. Has the person just experienced something stressful? Are they in a familiar or unfamiliar environment? Understanding the context around someone's behavior will give you a more accurate reading of their emotions and intentions. Action tip: pay attention to what's happening around you when observing someone. Is there something in the environment that could explain their behavior? The more you understand the context, the more accurately you can interpret their actions. 6. Develop your emotional intelligence. At the core of reading people is emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize and manage your own emotions while understanding and influencing the emotions of others. Emotional intelligence allows you to respond appropriately to situations, showing empathy and making better decisions in your interactions. The more you develop your emotional intelligence, the better you'll be at reading subtle cues and understanding what people truly need. It's about recognizing emotions, not just in others, but in yourself as well. By improving your emotional intelligence, you'll create stronger, more trusting relationships, whether in the workplace or at home. Action tip: start by practicing empathy. Put yourself in the other person's shoes. How do you think they're feeling? What emotions might be influencing their behavior? The more you practice this, the better you'll become at reading and connecting with others. 7. The power of listening. Lastly, one of the most powerful ways to understand others is to listen actively. It's easy to get caught up in your own thoughts and responses during a conversation, but true understanding comes when you listen deeply. This means paying attention not just to words, but to emotions, body language, and underlying feelings. Listening actively allows you to pick up on those subtle cues, like a slight change in tone or an unconscious gesture, and respond in a way that makes the other person feel heard and understood. It builds trust and helps strengthen the bond between you and others. Action tip: the next time you have a conversation, focus on listening more than speaking. Don't interrupt, and give the other person your full attention. This practice will give you the insight you need to connect with them on a deeper level. In conclusion, the ability to read people isn't about being manipulative, it's about understanding others at a deeper level. By paying attention to body language, tone, micro-expressions, and context, you can gain powerful insights into people's emotions and intentions. Remember, emotional intelligence is a skill that can be developed with practice. The more you focus on understanding others and improving your own emotional awareness, the better equipped you'll be to navigate complex social situations and build meaningful relationships. As we wrap up today's episode, keep this in mind: the more you understand those around you, the more influence you can have in your interactions. Building these skills will help you connect with others, create a positive impact in your professional and personal life, and ultimately live a more fulfilling life. Thank you for tuning into this episode. Stay tuned for more insights in the upcoming episodes, and keep practicing the art of reading people. You'll be amazed at the connections you'll make.